Hello and welcome to the KB Michelle Green podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about all things self-help, all things that will help to improve your life, whether it's personal or business. Thank you for listening. I hope that you have already subscribed and enjoy. Today I would like to talk about the responsibility of a leader. When we are leaders, we need to realize or recognize that being a leader means that sometimes you're not going to be able to express the things that you feel or the things that you think to the people who you are influencing. Whether that means that you are a manager or supervisor, whether that means that you are a business owner and you have people who work with you as independent contractors or employees. Or if it means that you are a parent or a auntie or uncle and you're leading your nephews and nieces, your cousins, or your children. If you have a leadership position of any kind, no matter what it may be, I think that we as leaders have to recognize and realize that our feelings and thoughts sometimes have to be set aside. As a matter of fact, I won't even say sometimes, I'll say majority of the time, our feelings and thoughts have to be set aside because the focus in order for us to help those who we are influencing and having an impact on their life, the focus is for them to be okay. The focus is for them to be able to express how they feel, to come to you and share their thoughts and feelings and what they are going through. The focus will not be on us as leaders sharing what it is that we are going through. Because if you notice in most of the conversations, the ones that you are influencing, the ones that you are impacting, the ones that are underneath your tier of position, they need to express what they feel, and the conversation always leads back to them. So I want us to, as leaders, understand one thing about being a leader. And that is that we have to figure out ways that we can bring our thoughts and our feelings when we get into an emotional state of being in order for us to have a level head, to not have so many things scattered around in our brain and feeling like we are chickens with our head cut off. We have to, as people, learn how to have an outlet for ourselves and understand that it is absolutely okay for us not to share or participate in our feelings and thoughts about personal matters or business matters as it is for the ones that we are influencing. We cannot be those people who get angry and throw temper tantrums because our feelings are not processed or our feelings are not considered. We cannot be individuals who feel like, well, if the shoe was on the other foot, would you do this same thing for me? Would you make this sacrifice for my life? Would you actually throw in, a couple of bucks for me? When it comes to being a leader, there are a lot of differences that make you a leader. And that main thing is that we have to come to grips with we're just not going to be able to do the same things that the people that we're influencing are doing. We cannot throw our personal life and how to resolve issues on them and think that the focus will remain. I've been in several conversations with different people and that hold different positions in my life and friendships and business relationships and client relationships. Collaborating with business and client relationships are different. So depending on the relationship, but in every one of those relationships that I've been in, and including family, I noticed that being the kind of leader that I am, I've really had to learn how to listen more than I have been able to talk. I've really had to learn how to keep my mouth closed and to just hold on to what it is that I am feeling about a matter, what it is that I'm thinking about a matter, and allow the other person to really just express what it is that they are thinking and feeling and process that until they are back to a state where they are fine. This is not something that is supposed to make you feel like a doormat. It's not something that is supposed to make you feel like you are not allowed to express your feelings or your thoughts as a leader. But what I'm referring to is just a level of maturity, a level of understanding that when you become a leader, and especially if you are a great influencer, if people come to you all the time and they are dumping their problems, their life, trying to help get their problems resolved through you, and you have solutions for them, then the only thing that I will say is that, number one, you're a great leader. So don't ever stop being who you are. But the second thing that I would say is make sure that you have your own outlet. Make sure that either you have some people who you can go to and bring your emotional problems or your thoughtful ideas to someone else that's on a higher tier than you, someone that is over you, someone that may be a husband or maybe a parent or grandparent. Bring those things to the people who would be able to answer your problems and be able to help you with your emotional state as well as your thoughts. Because every one of us needs somebody. And that's why the importance of having the most incredible and most effective relationship of being able to dump on is the Lord. My relationship with God is a relationship where I bring everything to Him. Things that I cannot bring to my husband, things that I cannot bring to my leaders, the ones that I have as mentors and people that I respect on higher tiers than myself. It's really, really difficult to run leadership without having God as your foundation. I mean, come on. He is the one that ultimately created you. He is the one that knew you before the foundations of the world. These are not my words. These are His. So how would it be that someone that created me wouldn't know every intricate detail, every emotional issue that I'm going to encounter, all of my thoughts and things that I think that I know ain't right about people and situations and things to help me to stay in alignment with what is right and what is just. These are the things that we need as leaders to understand, that we have to have someone that is higher than us that we can go to, and we have to have a solid foundation to believe in a creator that can solve any problem that we encounter in our life. So I just want to challenge you today, if you are a leader of any kind, and it will be times where you're going to be the person that is being influenced as well as the leader. That's how life goes. But in any situation as a leader, I challenge you to strengthen the people that are over you, that are above you, people that you would be able to bring your emotional and your mental state of mind to. And I ask that you would also consider, what is your stable foundation of trust in the one that created you? What is your relationship like? Do you bring the problems to Him? Do you bring the problems and lay them at His feet and ask for answers? Not just to tell Him about the problems, but to ask Him to reveal to you how to solve those problems as a leader. Because as a leader, if we don't have those foundations in place, then we won't remain leaders full time for the rest of our lives. We will crumble. So I challenge you today, take the leadership test. Take the leadership test. Stop being frustrated because people don't want to listen to what it is that you have to say. They just want to tell you their problems. But I challenge you today to find the right sources to give your problems to. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed.